Welcome back to another episode of Spicy Tales Podcast with Kim and Stacy.
What up?
Are you okay over there?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm just getting my picture in.
Oh. Okay, so I actually have a spicy tale.
Mm-hmm.
This happened like literally 2 days ago, like
That'll
craziness.
Be a weekend 3 days ago. Yeah.
So I'm like driving. So anyone who lives in Ottawa is going to know these places. So I'm like on West Hun Club, driving down, and we passed like, what do I pass? I think it's like Greenbank or maybe before Greenbank, so Maryville.
Okay, you're like way in the west side.
Yeah, so I'm like passing Maryville, whatever, driving, minding my business. And there's a guy in front of me and he's like swerving all over the road, like just like driving erratically. Like he keeps swerving in and out of the lane, like just like, so me, I'm like, okay, let me get around him. Like this person's probably drinking. I think it was Friday actually. And I'm like, it's Friday, you know, like people are like out acting a fool. I'm like, let me move around this guy so that like, you know, if he's going to crash, he can crash into himself, you know? Yeah, so I go around him and I put my signal on to go in the other lane. And like he sees me put my signal on, so he like cuts in front of me to not let me in. I'm like, okay, that's weird. So I go back, he does it again. And like he just is not letting me go around him. And I'm like, okay, bro, like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you're mad at me because I don't want to drive behind you when you're driving like a psycho? He's slamming on his brakes, like all this weird shit. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm not going to use my signal because obviously if I use my signal, you know where I'm going, right? Mm-hmm. So then I don't use my signal this time. I keep going. I go forward and then I like go around him. Mm-hmm. This guy literally starts riding me, like yelling at me from the other lane at this point. Like he's just going back and forth in the lanes. Like,
is anyone else around?
There's other cars and the other cars are like driving mad fast. But me, I'm like, I'm not going to get a speeding ticket because you're a jackass.
Right.
Like I'm going 80. Like I don't care.
There's enough speeding tickets, cameras around.
100%. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not chancing it, okay? Mm-hmm. So me, I'm going 80. If you want to drive like a fucking jackass, you do whatever you need to do. But
yeah, shouldn't you be long gone at this point?
You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so whatever. And my friend's in the car with me, and at this point, this guy's like yelling at us, whatever. So he throws something at him, and I'm like, why would you do that? But whatever.
Turns out to be your Apple.
My Apple
iPhone
cube. That motherfucker's buying me a new fucking cube. Let me tell you that much. But anyways, so then the guy's like literally like he's behind me at this point because like he threw the thing at him, so like we keep driving, and then he like goes behind me and like I'm in the right lane at this point. He's in the left lane and there's like a median on both sides. Like there's a median and then like a sidewalk to the path. Drives onto the median.
No.
First of all, this guy is driving. Let me just set the scene. This guy is driving like a Honda Fit. Wow. Okay, I drive a pretty large SUV. Like my SUV is pretty like it's a hefty bitch. Like I got like at least 1,000 pounds on this guy's car. Yeah. Okay, stop the madness. So then he's like drives on the median, fucks up the front of his car, gets off the median, starts driving behind me like a psychopath.
I'd actually be scared now because he doesn't care about his life.
Clearly, so then he just stops in the middle of the road. Me, I go around him, like, fuck that, I'm not fucking stop. Why would I stop? Right. Like, are you dumb? And then he speeds up, slams on his brakes in front of me, but because I'm already paying attention, because I already know you're driving, like, so I'm hyper alert, right. And like, I stop. Then we get to Cedar View and West Hun Club, and like, Cedar View is where you get on the 416, and then like to keep going to Canada, you just keep going straight, right? So like he literally stops his car. Like at first there was a bunch of cars around us, and like he never really like tried to egg us to get out of the car until all the cars were gone, and it was just me and him on the road. Stopped in the middle of the road in the right lane. So I'm in the left lane and I see him stop his car. So I stop, but further back because I'm like, I'm not driving.
Even though there's no.
He had already thrown something at my back window. And I was like, thank God he didn't. If he would have smashed my back window, I would have ran him off the fucking road. I don't care. At this point, I would have been like, fuck you. Like, you're running. And I would have been like, he scared me. I don't know. I lost control. Lost control of the car. Sorry, I killed a man. It is what it is. You got. Fuck around and find out. The fuck? So he stops his car, and me, I stop like at least a meter behind, and he's yelling at us, pussy, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, bro, you look ridiculous. Like, I was just like, I'm literally sitting in the car watching him, like, lose his fucking mind. My friend's in the car, and he has, like, the fucking snow brush. He's like, get beside him. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like, clearly this guy has nothing to lose. I am, like, you're clearly on drugs, or you're fucking drunk or whatever. I'm not fucking stopping my car in the middle of the road at nighttime to fist fight you in the road. Yeah. My mans, please. Like, I just sat there. I was like, nah, we'll wait. He's screaming, literally screaming by himself.
How long were you stopped there for?
Maybe like 2 minutes. And
That's
like
a
2
long-
minutes seems like a long
that's
time
a long time.
when you're just sitting there watching someone lose their mind. Like, we were dying of laughter. I was like, this is hilarious. Like, you look crazy as hell.
Was it a
He's
red
like,
light the whole time? Obviously, 'cause
we
you're
weren't
not
even in the
going.
red light, Stace. We were past the red light. We were like on the bridge to
So there
go.
were no lights.
There was no lights beside us. Like, the light was behind us and the light is in front. You know where you get off the 416
So
to go down?
So he was literally waiting
In the
for you
middle
to
of the
drive
road.
past
He was
him.
waiting for me to drive past him. And I was like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not. What do I look like? What do I look like? New here?
Yeah.
Like, come on. No. So I stayed there until he started driving, and then I started driving, and he was still driving erratically, like going through fucking weaving in and out of traffic, turned left on Moody, and I kept going straight.
That's what's scary about driving, because you don't only have to worry about your driving, you have to worry about
Other people's driving.
state of mind, what they're under the influence of. Yeah, it's a lot.
Bro,
Their temperaments.
I don't
clearly.
know what girl denied you at the bar that you're out here
Stop.
raging out, but like, reel it in. You look embarrassing.
Was he old?
He was like a young guy, like maybe in his like late 20s,
Really?
mid-20s. Like, I was like, oh, yeah, because I'm going to get out of the car and fight you. I'm a girl. You think I'm going to get out of the car and fist fight you? Like, bro, come on.
Maybe because he saw you were with the man. But
But I wasn't going to I would never encourage my friends
course
to
not.
get into a fist fight on the road. Like, that's
course not.
crazy.
you should always try to avoid a fight.
I will always try to avoid a fight if I
Yeah,
can.
exactly. And it's a man. So
And
what are we
anyways,
doing
if he
here?
would have gotten out of his car and started coming at me, I would have taken my foot off the fucking the brake.
Yeah, the thing is, the second he gets out, you could just drive now.
Yeah.
But you would have wanted.
I
to
mean, I
run
would have ran him over, but
Yeah, 500 points.
100%. I'm all about the points. The fuck? Like,
500
sir,
points for Gryffindor.
You're such an idiot. It's like that meme I sent you of like Draco Malfoy on his way to beat the shit out of Dubby. It's so sad. I fucking love Dubby. It's so sad.
What should we call it? What do you want to talk about?
Yo, mama. No, I'm just kidding.
Please, no.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I love
Please
her.
not.
I'm just
Our
kidding.
mama.
I was
Anyone
joking.
but.
Anyone but? What? Anyways, have you called her yet?
No.
Okay.
No.
Made a point to say it on the pod. Now you have to do it.
I hope she doesn't.
She's gonna watch this.
Yeah. I feel like she hasn't been saying anything about the podcast.
Why would she?
All right. I have a topic.
Oh God, what are you going through?
Shaq says that
Oh God, I saw that.
Shaq doesn't open up to women because all they're gonna do is throw it back in his face.
You know,
Comments.
it's hard. It's hard to say that that's not true because I've definitely done that. So
And I've done it too. So
yeah, but that was in my immature days. I wouldn't do that now. Like, come on.
I feel that happened to him.
It probably did, and it scarred
But
him.
he's also the same person that was cheating on his wife throughout their whole marriage.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel he probably does have communication
Issues.
issues, but the few times that he did, but okay, when I've thrown something back into someone's face, it was reactionary. It was never, I'm just saying that to say it for no reason.
But that's usually when people throw things in your face is when it's reactionary.
Okay, so and it's not okay, by the way. It's not okay. You
not.
should never do that because then it doesn't motivate people to continue doing it because they got a bad reaction, which is clearly what Shaq is saying. But also the fact that he's older and he's saying this to people, to men. Like, it kind of sucks because then men are being like, oh, yeah, no, for sure. Like, I'm not going to do that. Shaq said so. Or they reinforcing because it's happened to them. But I personally feel like it's happened to everyone.
Yeah.
So
like,
you're never going to work on opening up. Come on.
Everyone has had something thrown in their face. Let's
come
not
on,
pretend.
let's
Like,
be
men or
real.
women, like,
But when I was talking to my boyfriend, he's just like, but who do you think does it more? And I'm like,
for
okay,
sure.
fine, women.
For sure.
Women do it
We be
more.
out here wilding out. I'm fighting for my
Like,
life.
that's that. Like, we use fighting words because we don't fight. Like, that's our fighting styles, verbally.
Yeah.
verbal
Emotional abuse.
Hello.
What am I gonna do? Throw something at you? Fuck.
But yeah, it's not okay, and I feel bad because I feel like a lot of Black men are raised to not share their emotions.
That's facts, and I can say this because even when we were younger and we would be around our family and they would tell the boys like if they were emotional or anything, like, oh, look at you acting like a little girl, what's wrong with you? Make fun of you because you're crying. If you express a feeling, they make fun of you. Like, bro, Black people, man.
So
Black people, get it together. Like, let's talk about our feelings. Not me, because I don't like to talk about my feelings, but like.
But that's another thing. Even as a woman, I feel I don't talk about my feelings as well. I
hate talking about my feelings.
Because I don't want to burden someone else about what's going on with me. And I also always feel I can work it out
for yourself.
But the problem is there's a ceiling for yourself. Like you can't always better yourself just through yourself.
Yeah.
You know? So you have to talk. You have to express yourself.
That's true.
And
I'm
also
still not gonna do it, but yeah.
Like Shaq probably took a lot of his aggression out through, like playing a sport, which is great for him. Like he was an aggressive, dominant man. But like now that you're older, like how else are you expressing yourself? Unless he has like a group full of guy friends. But I find guys don't really share with each other that much.
I feel like your relationship will be hollow if there's no depth and like vulnerability to your relationship. Like if you're not opening up to talk about how you're feeling,
then you surface level.
Yeah,
like,
it's very surface level. There's no closeness.
Feeling.
Like
exactly.
The closeness comes from being vulnerable with your partner. So if you're not willing to do that and like open up and tell,
and he's not working like that muscle, so now it's like, no, I'm not doing it anymore. Okay, so you're not bettering yourself. You're not bettering your relationships. Clearly you're down to be with a girl. You would want to be with a woman that's like okay with you being like that. Obviously,
like emotionally constipated.
And some women like that. They don't, because they're bad at opening up as well, so they would rather just deal with someone that does like a surface level relationship, basically.
Yeah, but those surface level relationships never last.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he's single right now. So
wasn't he in Ruby Rose's comments?
He's in everyone's comments.
Fucking dang.
He was. I remember him dating Hoops. Remember Hoops?
I do remember
from Flavor of Love.
Flavor of Love.
Yeah.
I do remember her. I liked her.
New York.
New York is the best.
Yeah.
You think I care? I don't care. And then goes in the car and starts crying. She's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, she's.
You think I give a damn? Because I don't. And then she's crying like, girl, bye.
And she was on the second one too.
She was, and she wasn't a contestant though on the second one.
What, she was like
she was like helping him find love, and I was like,
confidant.
Okay, so he just doesn't want you.
Yeah,
like, he really just didn't.
I don't even think she wanted him.
I don't think she did either.
And I'm glad that she.
Isn't she the one that's like, I want my eggs cracked?
Yes. I want my name dropped. That means I want to get married. I want my eggs cracked.
That means I want to have kids.
I was like, I'm not playing with you.
She's so funny. I love her. She's so funny. When that girl tells her she looks like Beyonce, she's like, you look like Al Sharpton.
That was classic. That was when Tila Tequila was out. There was That's Amore.
Whatever happened to Tila Tequila? I know she said a bunch of weird shit.
Bro, she lost it. I saw a documentary about her. She looks... And she was pretty. She was a really cute, hot little Asian girl. And now she's like... I don't know if she like... She did drugs or she got into like a church or a cult or some shit. I don't know, weird shit. But yeah, she looks fucked up.
Really?
Yeah,
oh, shit.
I feel bad. I feel bad for her.
I mean, I don't, after all that shit she said when Trump was running for president.
What, like she was fucking with him?
Yeah, so I was like, I'm good. I was like, well, okay, so you're gonna be one of the... I hate when people who are like
minorities.
Yeah, like people of color are out here being like, yeah, don't come to our country. Like,
but
bitch,
actually,
why?
It makes sense sometimes though, but it's like you're a walking hypocrite.
You
pretty
literally
much.
are a hypocrite.
But because it's like, oh, once you're from a country, and it's usually it looks weird when you're in a country like Canada and America because no, I don't want to say clearly because technically the indigenous were here first, so it's like literally anyone else, white, black, Asian, anyone else, you weren't here first. This is not your country.
You look dumb.
But then the next people, the white people claim it, right? But then, so then now you're like minority if you're Black,
First of all,
Asian, Middle Eastern.
Most Black people didn't even want to come here. Like, you brought us, then bring me back. The fuck? You don't want me in your country, then bring me the fuck back.
Well, that's the thing. They're just like, oh, now we're American. So any other immigrants that come in, it's like, no, like, this is my country. It's like, but how do you think you got? Like, it just never ends because it's like, how do you think you got here? It's like, oh, but it's now like you're territorial to this land, but you wouldn't be here if if it wasn't for immigration. So it, but then when do you, like, let's say you were running a country, like, when does it cross the line of like, okay, but now we need to protect our country, like, there's too many now. They have 300 million people in the country. Apparently, they're having crazy issues at the border.
They've always had crazy issues.
Well, they're finally talking about how they have crazy issues at the border.
They've been talking about that. Was the whole thing that Trump ran on, was building the
wall,
and never got built.
Also, apparently the Latino population is like rising quicker than any other population in the States. And so they're going to be the majority vote.
I hope so.
But at the same time, is that just for like revenge on white people? Because like a lot of Latinos don't fuck with Black people.
I wasn't talking about for that. I was talking about to piss off the whites.
Okay. Because, I mean, maybe it's like to shake things up, like a new majority, you know?
I don't know.
Like,
all I know is let them populate the States.
Because it makes sense when you're Haitian or like you're Congolese or you're from England or Scottish, and it's like, get out of my country because like you don't look like us, like we're different. I'm Scottish and you're clearly Black, like who the fuck are you? Versus a like, but we're all different here, so like what are you talking about?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, man. People are fucked.
Yeah, it has always rubbed me the wrong way when like
people
minorities
say that. I'm like,
vote like support Trump, but at the same time, like there's always been like ignorant people. Like maybe they actually are more similar to Trump than someone of their own community. Like that's how it is, especially if you grew up here.
I don't know. I can't.
It is what it is.
I know. And like I have a friend of mine who is like, he's a conservative and he's like always trying to bring me.
Honestly, a lot of Black people, like Black culture have conservative
100%.
traits.
And I said
way
to
more
him,
conservative than.
And I said to him, I said, I am not saying that I don't like. If I was only worried about my dollar and like how it's going to affect me financially, I probably would be a conservative. Because that would make sense. That's what would make my dollar
stretch
my dollar. However, I'm the descendant of immigrant people. And our families use social services to get to where they needed to get to. And I'm a firm believer in those things. Yes, I do agree that a lot of people use it for like negative, like people who fucking take advantage of the system and whatever. Like I agree that that's fucked up. But like I would rather deal with the percentage of people who do that if it's gonna help someone who's not.
But would you want to, if you were leading a country, make sure that the people coming in come legitimately?
Yeah.
So like we can track you. Like, what if a lot of people are coming in your country?
I would.
And like all of a sudden, like there's a war in your country because a lot of foreigners came in.
I would want people to come legitimately, so we know who's coming in and whatever. Like there's not like stragglers that you don't
want
know.
The illegal immigrants. You don't want the aliens.
But I don't know.
You don't want the Mexicans.
I have no problem with the Mexicans. How dare you? Don't ever say that before a Christian comes here and kills us all. Shout out to Christian.
Yeah, like you could see how it is a problem.
I understand that it is a problem, and also it's not just that. Like there is like you don't know who's coming in the country.
Exactly.
Anyone could come in the country. So yeah, I agree. I just think that like a lot of the things is like they make it almost impossible for people to come into the country legally. So it's like good people have to resort to doing it illegally for a better life for their families. Because like at the end of the day, what is the ultimate goal is to protect you and your family. So
it's like it's probably like for every one good person, like 3 delinquents come in.
100%.
So,
100%. And if they came in legally, we could deport their asses back.
Exactly. But yeah, they don't got papers. They don't got nothing. And some people really make something out of themselves, and then some people, they just depend, I guess, on like services, like shit. There
But
are
there's
Canadians
Canadian
here
people who are
that
literally born here, generations born here, and have been living on
and they're just on welfare.
and they've been living off the system,
disability for no
people,
reason.
just like people who fucking like it, those are the same people who are like, oh,
they're taking our jobs.
They're taking our jobs. I'm pretty sure Muhammad, who came from Afghanistan with
and is working at
his
McDonald's,
PhD, no, or with his PhD, didn't take your McDonald's job, Barbara. Like, stop. Like, I hate when people do that. Oh, they're coming here and taking all our jobs. The job you don't want to work?
Yeah,
you don't want to.
Like, maybe it'll put a pep in our stuff to be more competitive and like actually make our.
This lady literally was yelling at. One of my guy friends was at Tim Hortons, and she was like, "Ah, blah blah blah. The Indians working here, blah blah blah." And then the guy's like, "Well, then why don't you get an application?" She's like, "I'm not fucking working here." Okay, so you're too good to work here. So you're too good to work here, but then you have a problem with the people who chose to work here. You're fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, you're fucked.
Yeah,
like,
racist.
Where's your kids? Why don't your kids apply here? The fuck?
Like kids are so who's going to provide this service if you don't want, if it's too good for, it's too good of a job for you.
And then you have the audacity to get mad at people like minorities doing the job because they just came here and they're paying for their school. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like, I can't.
I guess you lose touch after a while. You just take shit for granted, obviously.
You clearly
think that this land is yours and like you're entitled to whatever you want. And again, it's not even just it's really like a Canadian thing, not even a white, black thing. Canadian. Like if you were born here, yeah.
You know how many times people have told me to go back to my country? Like, bro, I was born here.
Really? Where?
Yes. Yes.
Even hearing you speak?
Stacey.
Yeah.
Quebec people have told me to go back to where I'm from. And I'm like, I'm literally from here. Like, I'm a Quebecer.
Like, I was born a Quebecer.
Here. Like, I have a white and blue passport.
Like, if that vote had gone through, like, I would be living with you in your country.
Literally. Like, what are you talking about?
Like I get a discount if I want to go to school, like, in Quebec.
Literally, though. Like, if I
lived there, I'd get a little discount.
We're born there.
And we're born. But I think you have to live there as well, though. You have to reside there.
Really? Because I'm pretty sure. Oh, okay.
Like, you're born there and reside there.
I was born there. If I just moved back, it's fucking Frito-Lay.
Which is kind of crazy that they get a little discount, because I feel like they should do that in every province. Like, I get that. Obviously, if you live here, your tuition is way cheaper than international students, which I feel so bad. Like, international students are literally funding schools. Yeah. But I guess because they know that they can milk them.
I don't know.
Like, it's like double at least the amount. And this is just Canada. The state's tuition is more. I don't know how people afford living in the States. It doesn't make any sense, even though I want to live there so bad.
You do?
I'm
not gonna lie, if
Florida,
if for some reason I didn't no longer work for where I work, I'd probably move to Texas.
Really?
Yeah.
Where all the illegal immigrants are coming in?
Yeah.
Apparently, it's like
the housing market is crazy,
but the housing market is good. But I want, because I saw a post and it was like this $400,000 house. No. It was $200,000.
Yeah, it was I see,
and it was
$278,000 house looks like a $1.5 million house.
Exactly, and even with the conversion, it was $400,000. I'm like, bro, that's peanuts here now.
That's literally like, bro.
And it's beautiful, lots of land, a beautiful neighborhood. But then I go in the comments and people are like, this place is not safe. It's like so far out, and I'm like, but how far out are we talking about? Because like,
how
we lived in the suburbs.
Listen,
and how unsafe are we talking about?
Texas has gun laws. I can have a gun. If I have to fucking fortress my fucking house, it is what it is.
Like, I would, because I'm such a, like, I just think positively. I would just think like, it's not gonna happen to me. Like, oh God, we're good.
That's the people that it happens to. The ones that are like, that's never gonna happen to me. Me, never me. And then next thing you know, it's you.
But like, it just doesn't. Why doesn't it translate over? First of all, we have such a smaller population. Like, why is everything so much more expensive? I would think it's more expensive there because like they're fighting for resources. But us, it's like,
blame the government, I guess.
But apparently they're not building houses enough, and they don't have enough like staff to build enough houses for it to be like not competitive anymore.
Blame the government. I don't know. You gotta blame someone. It's not my fault.
That's so crazy though, just to see how a house is worth like $1 million. Like, back in the day, a house that was $1 million, I never saw a house that was worth $1 million in like Ottawa.
We did in Canada when we moved.
Like Canada Lakes at the time, $1 million.
Probably.
Because that's insane. Like
Now all the
a
houses
ragtag house is like 800,000.
all the
I'm like,
houses
are
now
you
are worth $1 million
serious?
in this city. Fuck.
Like this is a fucking
Did you see
townhouse.
the house in Toronto that sold for almost 900,000? It's literally a box.
I saw there was a property in Niagara Falls. It's like a shack and it's like $1 million.
Literally a shack. Literally a shack. It's smaller than a
people are actually
townhouse.
buying it. I'm like, where is all this money coming
I
from?
don't know, man.
And like,
How can I get some of it?
seriously, I want some of
Are
that.
y'all hiring?
Did you see that Beyonce's releasing new music?
I did. I saw she released 2 new.
Yeah, they're country songs.
Oh, are they?
She's going the country route. So I'm like, is she actually trying to
every
compete
time
with Taylor Swift now?
I don't think so, but I just feel like the country singers are not a fan of the black people when they do the country.
But apparently there's been an increase in black people in
Yeah,
the
I know. And there
country.
was even like I forget what this guy's name is, this black country singer, and they were like hating on him and shit.
Yeah, I've heard, and I'm pretty sure like they say that country comes from black people.
It does.
So Beyonce's doing a country album. She's from Texas, so it actually makes a lot of sense. She's from the South, and she sounds good. And it said it's like chapter 2 of her Renaissance, and
Okay.
Renaissance was like house music,
Yeah.
I guess. And then this one's gonna be country, I guess. And she said that there's 3 acts.
So there's
There's a third one, which I guess will be a different genre. So
I don't know. I still love her fucking Lemonade album.
yeah,
That's, like, my favorite one.
I love a lot of her albums. I love Dangerously in Love.
Oh, Dangerously.
Like her first
that
solo.
That was a great
With freaking
album.
Naughty Girl, Baby
Yes,
Boy,
yes.
Me, Myself, and I.
Ugh, every song on that banger. Every single song.
So good. She looked so good.
She does.
She looks so good.
She does.
And I'm
really
happy
does.
Blue Ivy's really like coming into her beauty too. So she's gonna come up. Kanye West released a song and Northwest is in it.
Yeah.
So all the dads
Little
are coming
Nepo
out.
kids.
Yeah, all the Nepo kids are coming out. Obviously Drake had his son. He did a little rap.
Yeah.
Who else? Usher came out with he also came out with an album as well. And one of the songs his daughter's in it. His daughter's
Really?
so cute. Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
I like it. I like when
I
they
like
bring their
that
kids in
too.
the thing.
We need
It's
more
cute.
positivity because someone else who had a kid, maybe possibly will be a Nepo baby, is Sexy Red. And she had a little photo
Yo,
shoot
Sexy
in
Red.
her labor and delivery
Oh,
room.
Sexy Red killed me.
Like twerking on the bed.
Working on the bed, fresh baby, still placenta on the freaking
Face down, ass up in her
hospital gown,
her gown.
like not giving a fuck, getting her wig laid. Like I was like, this
playing a song, Fuck My Baby Daddy.
died. I was like, this girl's hilarious. I can't hate. I love her. I think she's fucking hilarious. She's fucking jokes. Jokes.
Sexy Red. I love her music. She's so ratchet. Like that's just some people are ratchet. Some people are really ratchet. Like,
I like when people are upfront about their ratchet.
Like,
I
she's
hate when people try to act like
authentic.
they're not who they are. If
She's
you're ratchet, be
authentic.
ratchet. Like live your authenticity. Be who you are. Be ratchet.
but is it helping the community, Kim?
She's not here for the community. She's here for herself.
I know, but she's gonna have little minions behind her.
Okay, people need to stop idolizing celebrities and
They do,
and
you're
emulating them. Be your own person. You can like a
do.
celebrity and not have to be out here twerking
But
at the
same
at the
time,
red light.
what if she literally represents you? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
But
what
if I
you
wanted to
live
be-
in the ghetto and you're
Okay,
ratchet,
but
and
if
then
I'm
your
already
surroundings are
ratchet,
like that,
but if I'm already ratchet, I'm not influenced by her. I was already ratchet.
yeah, but you're gonna like resonate towards
yeah.
her more.
But I'm just saying, like, I like her music, and I'm not out here twerking at red lights. So it's like,
That's true, but there are definitely, when I was at Miami, they were twerking all over the place. Like,
And-
I actually, to me, I'm not even gonna lie, as a black woman, I was like,
I don't like
this
doing
is
ghetto shit.
this is a little too ghetto for me. Like, this is a lot. And like, that was them in their natural habitat. Like, it was crazy. I was like,
Yeah, see,
whoa,
that's the
like
thing,
that's
like-
you on every day.
I don't like ghetto shit like
Crazy.
that. Like I don't mind a little ratchet
But
here
it
and
felt
there,
bad.
but I
I
don't
felt
like.
bad because it almost felt like it was like I was watching a show or something, like, or I was watching like characters. It's bad because I'm like, why do I feel like I relate more to like this like
not Ratchet person.
like random Latina here than like a black person. Like, you know, that's so weird. Because whenever growing up, I would see a black person and I'd always see myself in them, always. Like, whenever I see any black person, I see myself. Unless you're a little too light skinned, then I'm like, are you even black at this point? I don't know.
Fuck
But like,
you. Fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. You're wild out.
Okay, when are you not black anymore? Because back in the day, it was the one drop rule. Like, if you had a hint of black, I smell a little black in you, like, get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
But now it's almost the reverse. It's like, are half black people really black?
Yo, I honestly, and you know me, I'm gonna say this.
Are a quarter black people really black?
Black is black at the end of the day.
But when does it stop?
I don't think that it's up to
Like, if
us
you're
to
a quarter
decide that,
black-
because white people will tell you if you're a quarter black, use a nigga at the end of the day.
No,
So-
some people are past. Okay, for example, Meghan Markle, for example, and she's half. As a black person, my radar, my black card,
and you know
was
what the
not
sad
going
thing
off
is
for
when she
her.
went to England, they were like, nah, not this nigga.
Yeah,
Not this
of
nigga in the
course,
house.
because they knew her family.
But
Like,
I'm
they
just
knew
saying,
that her
like,
mom was black with dreads.
When people know that you have a person
yeah,
who's
of course,
black,
once they know. But
That's
if
what I
you're
meant.
passing, and like, because
Yeah,
back in the
of
day,
course.
remember, if they were passing, they would choose like, so should I pass or not?
yeah,
It's kind of like the trans thing.
yeah.
It's like if you're passing, like, okay, I'm passing
tell
now,
them,
and I
can't
want to
say
be a woman,
anything,
and I feel like I'm a woman. No one clocks me that I'm not a woman. So should I just live my life as a woman now?
And not say anything.
Exactly. So it's like,
I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like it depends on
know.
how you resonate with your culture.
I feel like it's all, it's
if
a
you-
bunch
like,
of things. Like,
if you're raised in your if you're raised with your black family and you like resonate as a black person and that's who you are, you're not gonna, even if you're passing, you're always gonna.
but then it's weird because what if you're black but you were adopted into a white family? Like, what, you're gonna say that you're not black?
I mean, I've seen black people say that they're not black even though they're darker than I am,
I've seen it on like
and it's fucking
Jerry Springer and
gross.
shit like that, and I'm
There's
like,
literally a video of this black girl. She's literally Stacey. Like she's
dark.
literally
She's black.
like she's a black girl.
All black.
Like she's a black girl. Not only is she a black girl, but she's a black girl with a stiff wig. And then she has the audacity to be in a freaking pickup truck with some white guy being like, I'm not even black. Like,
Okay,
I'm
but
not even
there's
black. And I'm
also-
just like, girl.
People also have been talking about this whole like dark, well, not dark, but black girls with stiff wigs and being with white men. What's up with that?
Because white men feel like they could approach women with stiff wigs.
But like, those wigs don't look good.
Because
Like, that's
no, it's because
disrespect.
I think, and I saw this, and I said something about how white guys are intimidated by girls who have like nicer wigs, because that means that like they're like
like they don't got it. Like they're black. Like they ain't playing around.
But like if you have a stiff wig, you're more likely
You're a
to
little
like,
lost.
You're a little lost in the world.
Like, we can guide you to the white side.
the white side. But like if you don't, then like So I don't know. I don't know. I don't
see
know.
it a lot, and I don't like it though. I don't like seeing, and I don't even want to talk about it because, like, I don't even want to talk about it. But I was talking to my boyfriend. And he's half black, half white.
Fuck.
He identifies as
As a
black,
black man.
and he also has a lot of black features. So when I first met him, I was like, this guy.
He looks like
He
looks like our brother.
I knew that he was half white, half black. I don't know. I just knew.
he looked like our brother.
So why you gotta say that though?
He looks like a member of our family.
Okay, but like, and you know what he said to me the
I'm
other
fucking
day?
dying. What did he say?
He was, what did he say? He said, I was watching a podcast and he was just like, like they were light skins on the podcast, and he's just like, it's your fifth favorite light skin. And I was like, my fifth? Like, I thought I was thinking of other podcasts that I watch, and he's just like, no, like your mom, your brother, your sister, me, and then them. And I'm like, and he's like, it's okay. It's because you feel safe around us. I'm like, no, I don't like that.
I feel like maybe
I
you
don't like.
should.
No, that was fucked up. That was fucked up. Like, I took it wrong on so many levels. I'm like, because first of all, you're half.
Yeah.
So like, I don't like. And he was obviously joking, but like, you're half. Like, not only are you light skinned, but you're half. And then I'm with light skin. Like, it actually fucked with me because I'm like, oh my god, I have so many light skins around me. Like, I need more dark people around me. This is fucked up. This is fucked up. And then he's just like,
excuse me, I'm your sister.
okay, but he was literally like, I just didn't like when oh my God, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. That shit fucked up. That fucked me up because I'm just like, first of all, like, are you racist? Like, should I fight you? Like, coming from you of all people.
Not of all people.
And then I'm just like,
from you of all people.
Listen, we were talking about, I don't know what we were talking about, but I was just like, yeah, but like they're half. And he's just like, oh, here we go, they're half. And I'm like, see, this is friction that we have because it's true. When I see you, I like, yes, you're light skinned, but you're black.
I'm black.
But him, he's light skinned, but he's half black. And so I always say like, you're half black. And he's just like, but I'm black. And I'm like, no, but both your parents. And he's just like, yeah, but it's almost like you're trying to push me out. Like, I'm not black. Like, why are you trying to like,
you are trying
like
to
a hierarchy of black, basically.
Bro, it's not even, the sad thing is, it's not even just half people. It's even just light skins.
Yep.
Because people will always question your blackness.
Yeah.
How many, you know how many times people have been like,
and
yeah, but you're not black. And I'm like, how are you going to say that to me when both my parents are black? I literally am black. Like,
but then I told you this podcast that I listened to. I listen to a lot of podcasts with light skins. Like, maybe I have a problem. I don't know.
You feel safe with us.
Yo, I swear, get this. I'll stick away from me. Okay.
How did you see, girl? No. I'm one of you. Let me come outside.
I was also telling him, I'm like, it's so crazy how like,
oh my God,
you're never good. Like to him, it's like I'm never good enough. You know, like I'm not gonna be white enough. I'm not gonna be black enough.
But I agree with him. And I know how he feels.
I'm like, but it's so nuts because it's like, and then I'm dark and I'm full black. So then he's like, yeah. He feels like I think I'm better than him, but then I'm like, but then to the world, you're better than me. What are you talking about?
But within the black community, darker skinned people will always make lighter skinned people feel like they're not black enough. They will literally be like, you don't know what it's like. And it's like, but I do.
And
like,
were you a slave picking cotton outside? Like, what are you talking about?
No, but they just mean like treatment from other people.
It's true,
and it's like,
true.
It just sucks because I'm like,
you get it too.
You don't see that. We get it from both sides. I get it from my black counterparts and then I get it from white people too.
Like, it's actually it's almost like we're white people. Like we're not aware of like your struggles as well, you know?
Yeah. And then they're like, oh, like white people will also say things like, you're so pretty for a black girl.
That's
or
crazy,
oh, like
crazy.
or like, oh, but you're not like you're black, but you're not black.
Or like, what are you mixed with? Shit like that.
And I'm just like, bro, like, can a nigga just be a nigga? Like, can I just be who I am?
No, it's crazy.
And then even like even when we were in high school and we'd go to stores and shit, and then like my darker skin friends would be like, "Okay, you go in because they're not gonna bother you if you go in." And then I would go in and no one would bother me, and then they would go in and they would be following them around.
Exactly.
So
like, there's just different.
There's
struggles.
always gonna be
like you get the colorist privilege, but then within your own community
you get.
But it's also within our own community that the colorist privilege happens.
They do this both ways. One way it's like, oh, light skin, blah blah blah, whatever. And then it's like, oh, you're too light skinned.
Yeah.
Like, well, which one is it, bro? Which one?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
but that's what I mean. But like before it was like the one drop rule, if you black, you're black. And then now it's like people are like judging how black are you.
Yeah, like there's always gonna be people who are gonna be like, oh, you're not black enough, or you're too black, or
but now my boyfriend jokes around and he's just like, I want your sister to get a DNA test. Let's see how white she actually is.
I'm not doing that.
Because y'all always be talking about how I'm half black. Clearly your sister, your mom, and your brother have white in them. And I'm like, oh, God.
We're fucking Haitian. Like, what do you want from us? Like...
But again, that's another thing.
I'm not doing the
That's another
DNA
thing that he said. Like,
not doing it.
The Haiti's not going to pop up because we're not technically from Haiti. We're from Africa. Yeah. So it's going to show where you're really from. Yeah. Which is so crazy to think that like, oh, I'm Haitian, but it's like, okay, but so what are you then?
No, when I was in high school, Mr. Lamel, so our French teacher,
love Mr. Lamel.
Shout out. I don't know where he is in the world. I hope you're okay.
And he came. Did he come from France?
He's from France. Yeah, straight out of France. Oh. And he was our French and religion teacher. Loved him. Greatest guy ever. And I remember one of the first years that I had him, or like the first time I ever like was in his class.
Your last name?
Yeah, he was reading my last name and he's like, where are you from? And I said, I'm from Haiti. Like my parents are from Haiti. And he's like,
oh, I remember that slave owner. Yeah, I know the Ismails.
He literally told me, he's like, one of your ancestors must have married a French person because your last name is a last name and not a first name.
Yeah,
He's like, your last name is a common French
But you
last
know what's
name.
crazy? A lot of Haitians, like, that's the story for so many Haitians.
the Josephs.
Like Joseph, Pierre, Victor, like a lot of Haitians have first names as last names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why they always say, like, Joseph had a lot of slaves.
Oh, facts.
Because
he monopolizes the place.
every Haitian person has a family member with the last name Joseph.
For sure,
Like,
sure.
Every single one.
Crazy.
Like, it's wild out here.
It really is.
Like,
wild.
we have family we have, like, people that we know who have the same last name and that are not even, like, blood related.
No, not at all.
But they have the
But they
same
are
last name.
obviously related somewhere down the line.
Yeah. So, I don't know, man. Joseph was out here fucking utilizing the slaves, apparently.
He was. But it actually does piss me off that the dark slaves were outside working their asses off, picking cotton, and then the light-skinned slaves were inside,
Getting raped.
But they were inside.
Okay, so I would rather pick cotton and get raped. What the fuck?
Okay, there was abuse going on both ways.
Yeah, but I would rather
there
be
was
outside
abuse.
picking. I would rather be outside picking cotton than being in the house being bent over by some fucking slave
And
owner.
on top of that, even though obviously sexual assault, rape is fucked up.
Yeah,
It's so fucked up. But then down the line, all of a sudden, you're inheriting shit.
no, you're not.
Yes, they would. There's a lot of mixed people in the South.
Oh,
That, like, they inherited a lot of property because, like, their great grandparents were slaves. Like, that's how they inherited it.
yeah.
And
All I'm saying is, house nigga or outside nigga, a nigga is a nigga at the end of the day.
but maybe that's where. Well, no, it is where the beef started coming from. Where
Yeah,
it's like
because
the people, the
They
house,
divided them.
the ones that were inside felt like they were better than the ones that were outside.
That's crazy.
So that's where it
Be like,
comes
let me go
from.
outside. I want to go outside. I want to pick cotton.
It's like, look at them picking cotton. Haven't done that since last generation.
You're a monster.
There was a video on Instagram today that I saw, and it was a cotton field in the States somewhere. And this black guy was like, oh my God, like, that's so cool. And then he went to grab it, and he's like, no, that's fucked up. And I was looking at it, and I'm like, that's so, like, we are in a different world, less privilege now, obviously, that, like, now when we see a cotton field, we're like, oh, wow, cool, like, cotton, like, this is real life cotton.
I will never pick cotton. I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
I would pick it. I saw in the comments it said muscle memory.
I was gonna say that's the muscle memory coming back. She's like, ooh, cotton. Like, bitch, no. I'm not picking no damn cotton. Get the fuck out of here. And you sure as hell can't pick cotton around no white people. You better make sure you're by yourself in that goddamn fucking cotton field. What the fuck?
Now they don't even use cotton like that. Like, they be using polyester and shit.
I don't give a fuck. I better never
Apparently,
catch you.
It fucks your hormones up. That you should really be wearing a lot of cotton. It's just better for you.
Let me just tell you right now. I better never see you picking no cotton.
If I saw a cotton field,
I would tackle you down. I would tackle you. Straight linebacker tackle you right down. Fuck that. I'm not letting you pick no damn cotton. Are you fucking kidding me? You can't let people know that you got that muscle memory still in there, eh? You gotta fucking
I feel like most people would want to pick cotton.
let the white people pick cotton. Don't do that. The fuck? What are you,
So I guess they
crazy?
just have like massive machines now that do it.
Well, some gotta do it. Like back in the day, wheat didn't get picked by no fucking machine, so I'm sure they use the same kind of shit.
But I feel like we need to get back in touch, and I'm not talking about black people, but just humans in general need to get back in touch with like agriculture and shit, because like
We should.
Yes, obviously it's trauma picking cotton, especially for the black community, but at the same time it's like I feel like if we were on a farm, like a lot of people wouldn't know what to do with themselves.
They wouldn't.
Be like, I can't kill the chicken, like it's so cute.
I wouldn't want to kill a chicken. I wouldn't want to kill a chicken. I would never want to kill a chicken.
And maybe your diet would completely change then.
No, I'm not eating fucking lettuce. I would
Like
definitely find someone to kill chicken for
if
me.
we had to kill our food to eat it, a lot more people would probably stop eating meat.
I mean, yeah, that's true. It is traumatizing.
Or you
to
just
see.
be like, okay, no, like, but I appreciate like that you have to be sacrificed for this, but like I'm eating you. What the hell? It's you or me. What the fuck?
One of my guy friends is like, do you want to come to my friend's farm and play with pigs and name it and then eat it for breakfast. And I was like, absolutely not.
That's wild.
Like, I don't want to do that. None of that sounds fun.
That's crazy.
He told me when he was younger, he went to his buddy's house and like his buddy had a farm, so they were like playing with the little pigs. And then like months later, like a year later, he went over there for a sleepover and he's like, and his friend's like, remember that pig that you were playing with? That's his.
That's
bacon.
traumatizing.
And I was like,
That's
what? Like, that's terrible.
It is. Charlotte's Webcast all getting fucked up.
Oh my God. No, I don't want to name.
But I
my
low-key
animals.
wouldn't you want to, like, when you're older, living on a farm?
It's a lot of work, bro. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, and being older, it is
or like having
harder.
a backyard and having a garden.
I would do that.
Yeah, growing your own fruits and vegetables.
But like the animals will fucking eat that shit.
But that's what's scary about the.
Actually, sorry, I just thought about like wildlife, and I forgot to tell you. And my neighbor's gonna die when she hears this because it's about her and her boyfriend, but her and her husband, whatever. The other day, I'm like laying in bed, we're watching TV, and all I hear is do 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 do, and I'm like, what the? And then my friend's like, what is that? I'm like, that sounded like a paintball gun. Look outside. Fucking the neighbor's boyfriend is sitting outside with a paintball gun shooting the fucking raccoons.
Oh no!
No, we have a problem with raccoons. Okay.
Yeah, raccoons are crazy.
No. The raccoons in my neighborhood are like Stacy.
Damn.
They run like 18, 20 deep. They're literally crazy.
They're like Somalians.
I'm not saying anything. I shan't be. I'm not saying anything. Anyways, they're like literally like there's a bunch of them, and they are always in our backyard.
And
always.
They're fat too.
They're fucking fat as fuck. They're jackasses. They just stare at you when you bang on the window trying to. They just look at you like what?
Like what?
Like
We're waiting for our food.
literally.
The buffet is coming.
So now apparently this summer, my friend's getting a paintball gun, and they're gonna fucking get rid of them. They're not gonna hurt them. Like they're fine. They're just getting a little paint. They won't come back.
So that they don't come back.
Because me and my friend want to grow some stuff in the backyard, so I need them to fuck off. So if we start early, like
how long
shooting
does
them,
it take? What's the season for growing?
I don't fucking know shit about growing shit.
Yeah, I don't
She's
know.
doing most of it. I'm just
She?
Tiff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's gonna come over. We're gonna do all that together.
Cool.
Yeah. So
look at you with your green thumb.
okay, Tiff's doing all the work. I'm just here to supply the backyard and to like feed her joints
And consume it afterwards.
Yes.
That's gonna be fire.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Growing your own, that's adult shit right there.
I know.
Adulting.
I know, right? Fuck, every year I do more adult shit, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
It's just like you just want to be at peace. I was watching Flagrant 2. He had Russ on, and they were talking about the 3 things that all humans really want. Like they don't know that they want it, but all they really need is it was a fit body, a peaceful mind, and a house full of love.
That's true.
Like that's all you really need.
That's true.
And how like a lot of broke people or poor people or people coming up, they think like money's gonna fix all their problems, but you've heard it so many times from rich people being like, we got the money and it's still not what we wanted.
I feel like money would fix all my problems because I already have the things that I like really like, the love part, like the house full of love.
Yeah, and that's great because it obviously, let's be real, money does elevate shit and make things easier.
But like other than that, like that's about it because everything else is like.
Yeah, like you need people that love you around you.
And also like people underestimate health and mental health. Because money can fix a lot, but money can't fix mental health.
No, like it obviously can provide you with like the best resources.
But even people who have had those resources have still like fallen, I guess, like victim to their mental health. Yeah. So it's like it doesn't matter.
Really work on that.
Yeah, like it doesn't matter how much money you have. If you're not happy, you're never gonna be happy. Like it's not gonna fix that. But if you're already happy,
and then you get
money will fix that. Like I don't have any problems after that.
No.
Shit, fit body. I'll just fucking hang out with a fucking personal trainer and be good to go.
Exactly.
So it would be great. All I need is a little cashola.
Payola.
Peyote. Not peyote.
Time's up.
All right. Thanks for listening. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok and listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and subscribe to our YouTube. And have a nice day.